Hi, my name is Maria and welcome to my channel MH Books. And I wasn't expecting to, but I actually got home in time to film today. So I'm going to film my Friday reads. It's not the first time I've tried to film it. So I've had a few disasters, a couple of accidental spoilers, some bad language because I got the gender of one of my authors wrong, which is not fair. And I know better. So I'm going to go straight on to what I have finished and will seek me get through it this time because I don't want to do a whole lot of edits of things that weren't really working in the first place. Friday reads are filmed for me and they're meant to be me talking not just to you but to me, and I want it to be my thoughts right now on a Friday about what I've been reading. So what I finished this week includes the audio version of Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's fun. Recommend it on the audio format. If it's a darling at the moment of BookTube and Goodreads, so if you don't know it, you're going to find out about it soon. It's about a fictional band in the 1970s. It's the format of the book is told in a series of excerpts of interviews of former band members, and the interviews are done in 2012, I think, and the band is big over the course of the 70s. So it's how the band forms, how Daisy Jones, who's a solo artist at the time, becomes a solo artist and her lifestyle, and then how the two of them get together, and it's about the making of two of the albums, and then the ultimate breakup of the band. So it's a normal band story. It's almost like a documentary for band story. And characters are phenomenal. You're absolutely intrigued. You believe in the end that they're real, and you think, oh, maybe God, I wish they'd just get back together. Like just one more, performance. Surely I could do one more performance. And it's about the different characters, and they come off completely differently from the page, and do you believe them? Because each person has a slightly different take, if not a completely different take, and then occasionally they agree about what happened, about the relationships that happened, whether who liked who, whose fault something was, who was the actual person who achieved whatever, a good song for whatever reason, who was the genius behind the music, the relationship between Daisy and the rest of the band, and one person in particular. So it's up to you to listen to all the characters and make your own judgments. And the characters are strong. They're very well written. There's the obvious characters who just haven't a clue what the heck is going on. And the ones who know what's going on are not telling you the truth. Or at least, that's what you believe, or I believe. It's great fun, fully recommend it. And I definitely think Daisy Jones and Six should just do one more comeback tour. It'll be great, And just while I have the iPad out, and to show that I am a very shallow person,
this is Audible.
I am listening to Freshwater
by Akwaeke Emezi.
Akwaeke Emezi. I get their name wrong. So I have an opportunity to get this right. So Akwaeke Emezi. I'm about 10% in, and it's absolutely feckin' phenomenal. Apologies to people in Australia who think feckin' is a rude word. It is phenomenal language in this. I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm only 10% of the way through, but if this isn't a 5-star read, it's because they totally trashed the ending. That's me slipping into she accidentally. Sorry, I did this before. They accidentally wrecked the ending on us. So looking forward to seeing. If I'm disappointed, I suppose it would make a good reaction video, but I swear this is going to be 5. The other book that I finished, also on the Women's Prize. This is on the Women's Prize, which is probably why I keep slipping into she. So this is she. This is Yvonne Battle-Felton's Remembered. Now I'm going to not say too much because I did this as a buddy read with Charlie Brooke. Her channel is below. I haven't confirmed how much I'm supposed to say yet. I'm just saying though that my favourite character is Spring, and if you want to see what I think about it, go on Goodreads because that's fair, isn't it, Charlie? I probably will. I don't know. Am I going to do a proper review for this? Are we going to do it together? We haven't decided. Look, if we're going to do it separately, Charlie, that's grand. And I'll just pop it into the video next week. I'm having a bad week this week anyway, so I wouldn't do justice to the book. The other one I just finished now. Now, if you're the person who is waiting for this on order, I wasn't in Dublin, and the book was in Dublin, and I couldn't finish it, and I couldn't get it to the library. But it's going to the library tomorrow, okay? So, you don't have to wait any longer, because I know it's 4 days overdue. Sorry. So Zoo, Otsuhi, again, not helping me pronounce the names about the audio. Maybe Goth is on audio. Goth is a more popular book by him, and this is a book of short stories. I spoke about it last week because I had a long way through it last week, so maybe I shouldn't spend too much time on it. But what it's reminding me of, so it's mostly horror. There's some whodunits, some fairy tale-esques, but what it explores each time is a what if. And it's restricted to its genre, but that's a good thing, when you like horror or whodunits and fairy tales. And we have things like, what have you got everything you ever wished for? I'm not saying exactly the premise of this, so that's the story too early in the story. So kind of like the Midas touch. Something's going to go terribly wrong. The Midas touch. You could turn anything he touched into gold. He touches his daughter. Horrific things happen, if you have something that you think is horrible. It also explores things that are often explored in fairy tales, such as children who extremely neglect. There's 2 stories here of children who've been extremely neglected. This is fairy tale-esque neglected. You don't think this is possible in real life? I hope this isn't possible in Japan because it's horrifically neglected. And do they overcome this, or do they become evil? Let's say that both options are perfectly possible in this world. It's one of the reasons I like horror as a genre. It's an exploration of light versus dark and how we overcome the horrors and the normal horrors that are in life, by sometimes exaggerating them, but child neglect isn't an exaggeration, and it is the premise of Hansel and Gretel, say. So you know what I mean? These are old stories, so I actually think these remind me a lot of fairy tales. So I may be picking up my Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale soon. So I'm not sure the Hans Christian Andersen fits this. This is kind of a Grimm Brothers one, so I might actually pick up the Grimm. I have it on audio, the original version of the Grimm Brothers fairy tales. Because they kept changing them and editing them. So the very first edition I have on audio, so I might listen to that soon and just see, is this kind of horror story basically a modern interpretation of fairy tale? Could be. I don't know. Raise interest, man. And it's not. It also helps that the stories that I happen to write myself, for my own creative writing, do tend to this. So I'm actually trying to work out: am I writing fairy tales? Am I writing horror stories? Am I writing dark folklore? Am I just writing speculative fiction with the dark twist at the end? They don't all have a dark twist in the end. I'm not spoiling my endings. So it's good for that too. Books I'm in partially way through. Notes to Self, picked by Siri. I'm only 14 pages in, but loving it. Great style. Emily Pine. The first essay is about, it's non-fiction, so it's essays. The first essay is about her and her sister going to Greece as her dad is dying, and the actual Greek healthcare system is worse than the Irish one. Who knew it was even possible, but it is. But actually beyond that, it's very similar to my experiences. Now, my dad is not dying, but he has been in hospital and out of hospital for since the second week of January at the moment, and for about 3 or 4 times last year as well. For that case, they're usually about 1 month stints. This is the longest stint so far. Yeah, and yeah, some of the stuff, you know, that's emerging out of this, yeah, I can identify with, so it's interesting. Do you dream of Terra-Two? I haven't got any further in. Hope to finish it this weekend, because I kind of do need some lighter fiction. I'm about 40% of the way through, so no further than last week. For those who don't know, it's about people traveling to Terra-Two, which is a new planet that can sustain life, and they're basically 18 and 19-year-olds, and it'll take 22 years to get there, and it's more psychological analysis of, you know, what it's like to be on a ship with very few people, knowing that you're never going to go back to Earth again. Yeah, so it's well written. That one brings up the query too for me. What is YA? Them being 18, 19, does this make this YA? It doesn't read like, say, a John Green does. It doesn't read like a YA, but yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's just interesting. So that's in case I want to pick it up. I just have it here because the oat. Did you fall? Oh, I didn't fall. Did knock you. The oat sushi. No. Because it's reminding me of fairy tales, and as Siri picked this one as well. I might be picking this one up soon, so it's here in case I pick it up soon, but I'm not committing to anything. Okay, so this is the end of the Friday Reads that more or less worked. So this is the one that's been published with Shadow. Oh, bleep. Did I cut that? I hope I did. I said a word again. This is the one that almost worked, and this is the first. Sorry, I just said this is the Friday Reads that worked, and then I said a rude word. So this is the Friday Reads that work. I'm not saying a rude word, and I hope that you're enjoying whatever you're reading. If you would like to subscribe or comment, please do. But meanwhile, I hope you're all having a great weekend. Bye now.